that resonate with you, and you would like to stay a little bit more in touch with me and the community of QSM3, then you can go ahead and reach out on Facebook at the QSM3 Doctors. I think it's Tensegral Forum or something. You'll find it. Um, Palmer has one as well. And I like to post stuff, try to do stuff as much as possible through the week. When I'm getting ready for a class, I do a class. We also, so join that. We also have a webinar that I try to do monthly. Obviously, I'm not going to do another one this month. Next month, we'll start reviewing some of this stuff. It's about an hour. We do classes, and we try to keep. I'm trying to keep people engaged, just like I'm doing here. Because if you've been on this, and if you have been doing this, this has streamlined a lot of information for you, so that you can take care of patients with a lot clearer vision and a lot clearer heart. That's for sure. Okay, because it's done that for me. Okay, so it'll do that for you. Why not? Um, that being said, if you like the class, I'd love you to tag me in a post or tag a doctor that invited you. Thank them and just say what you liked about the class, because that's the way things go. That's the whole idea. Okay, so if you we want to get this thing further than where it is today. We want to take it beyond where it is today. You got to stretch it. Okay, we got to release it, and that only releases through your energy. Okay, not just mine. I'm doing mine today and yesterday and so forth. Okay. So, and finally, I want to make sure that I thank you for being on. I really hope that it's been good for you. I really do. Okay? Because if we could do better, there's a lot of people that are hurting out there, and we can really shine a big light on people on the planet, like BJ said. Okay? The impact is infinite. Okay, so um, that being said, so when I was an upper cervical doctor, I was at my biggest place of what I call my kind of linear adjusting. It was, it's nuts and bolts adjusting, looking at, leverage as far as the bones and coming in at a specific vector and overcoming stuff and so forth and so on. And that is a very important aspect to what we do. That is for sure. Okay. It's the rules, it's the game. That's what we've been talking about. We did a little bit of the other stuff yesterday about force and energy and, the difference of them and how to work with the nervous system. And we've just gone into the neck and how do we follow the path? These kind of words, okay? We're not making it happen. We're allowing it to occur, all right? And to do that, you have to shift out of that place of it's a line, it's a this, it's an anterior, it's a posterior, and you got to let your fingers do the walking. You know what you have to do, you know what you have to release, you know where the connections are, and you're going to start letting your hands and your pisiform do its thing. Okay? It's that easy. You can easily know how to put pressure here and feel the resistance in it and overcome it and overcome it and overcome it. You do it with your thumb. A massage therapist does it all day long. We just have to learn how to do it with your pisiform, and it's there. The only way that you get to do that is by some of these house rules. All right, and they're rules that I'm not telling you. They're rules that I tell me. Okay, they help me. All right. I used to be in a place where I had to fix people. Now I have to be in a place where I have to um, work with them. You know, I romance it. I said to Yoshi, you got to, we're eating some lunch. I said, Yoshi, you got to dance with it, man. You got to learn to dance. You got to dance with it. Seriously, you got to dance with it. So the first thing to understand is it's a nervous system. All right. And anything that you do abrasively to it, it's going to pick that up and it's going to lock up, and you might as well just step off and go home. Okay. Because they're not relaxed.
Excuse me, Russell. Could you unmute some people as we're getting a lot of background here?
Guys, can you turn your mute on, please? Mute your microphone. See what's going on here. Hold on, guys. Trying to get to the button. Okay, we're going to mute Charles, Eileen. I love seeing these people that I don't know. Okay, well, it's good enough for now. Okay, here we go. So here are the house rules. It's a nervous system. You don't lead. You are not the boss of that nervous system. You're not even the boss of your own nervous system. I mean, how are you going to be the boss of somebody else's nervous system? You're not even the boss of your own nervous system. Okay, your nervous system, thank God, is on autopilot. It does everything so you could just do nothing. All right, and seriously, except get in the way. That's what I do all the time. Okay, so I use my brain. I make a mistake. We could all just learn to, cut our heads off. We would be in great shape. Okay, so you follow. You close your eyes and you feel. It has to be. It's our art. Okay, our art is not force. Our art is finesse and love and kindness. Okay? You're going to have to give it every single thing you got and still be able to maintain that mindset and that physicality. You cannot be jammed up. You can't create a massive force. You can't have this on your face and make it happen. It's one of the few places that I actually can go that actually calms Russell Friedman's brain down. Yeah, I love it there. That's why it's my favorite place to go, man. It's right into my piezoform, into somebody else's nervous system. You can feel that. It's the best thing. You have to cut your head off. Right? You have to go beyond where it is today. Not just one shot, not with just two shots, but in all three dimensions through the can. As much as you can do without force. Okay? It's you gotta win nice little battles before you win the whole war. Okay? Never engage the arms of the piezoform before you get to bottom. If you're doing that, you're just forcing. Your arms do not have enough through the day. I found that out. I did it for 15 years to do what it has to do. Didn't work for me. You got to use your third eye, not your eye. I'm telling you to close your eyes once you get your rhythm, okay, and you start understanding pathways. Just close your eyes when you want to connect. Get down there, get that mass down, put that piezoform down. You remember your hip locked in, you're rolled up, your piezoform is just touching, and you're just leaning in. Your eyes are closed, and you're just feeling that piezoform roll, 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 roll. You're feeling the angles. You're getting acquainted with the whole neighborhood. Why would you twist somebody up and go kabam to them right off the bat, man? You haven't even said hello. You have to breathe, okay? They have to breathe. And you got to lean in with love. I love that. Okay? Okay. So, I'm going to tell you something that's interesting. This picture, I remember when I first started teaching, I taught a certain stance to be in. And that was when I was in one place. Okay? I was up at C1. I was in one place. I could stand like this. Here's my posture. Boom, 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 boom. But what I found is that I have to learn how to get my mass, okay, against the thing no matter where I can stand. Because there are so many places that are very difficult to get to. They're not as just open, okay? People that have big curves in their neck, they're tight. You got to be able to get in, and you can't just stand in the perfect place. Sometimes I'm standing on one foot, okay? So this picture is every single one of these people are in a different posture, but let's assume that they all have their max mass against that thing. And that's a very important thing. It's not one size fits all, and not just because of we're not just one size. I'm not like you, but that patient is different, and you have to be able to accommodate them. You don't have to, they don't accommodate you. All right. And when I broke the mold of a pattern, I said, oh, it has to be this one way. Guess what happened? Okay, that's actually the door to divinity. Is when you actually say, "Please, I'll receive." This ain't working. Love that. This ain't working, man. Poof. Here it comes. Delivery system, man. It's internet direct. So this is very important. You see, there'll be times where I'm leaning forward. There's times that I'm over here like this. There's times that I'm here, and there's optimal. I want to be optimal so I don't hurt myself and I can use as little as I can. But there are places, nooks and crannies that you got to get that, you got to get in some crazy places. And you have to learn how to put your mass against the tension without that force, okay, in a relaxed place. So how do you do that is I kind of teach it a little bit of textbook at first, and that's all we're going to do. A little bit of textbook. So you can at least feel what that feels like, and you should feel that you're compressing your low back. You should also feel that you're up on it, not falling behind it. Okay, I used to just from behind it. Okay, meaning I'm back. I don't. I just with myself in front of it. Okay, in front of it, against it. And you know what I'm saying? Just like you're pushing a car, you should set up on that and feel it that way. And you should be as comfortable as possible. Right? And once you're in that place and you have that mass concept, then you can actually shift over to where your pisiform is. And then you can move upper back to get where that pisiform so it actually gets on tension. Because if it's the tension line is over here and you're in the most beautiful hip lock mass right over here, guess what? You got to shift your arms like this over to here and you just blew the whole thing. You got to move up. You got to move back. And after a while, you just kind of just make it happen. You just kind of live on top of that ball and adjust people. Boom, 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 boom. You just get in the groove. Okay? So the piece that I do beforehand is I have to loosen up. I have to do my whatever my ritual is. And Dr. Yoshi is going to get here, and we're just going to stretch our legs. Okay? If you have a table where you're at, where you're just going to work a little bit, that's what we're going to do, because I'm just going to stand in front of you, and then we're going to shift over to the room after I go through a few things, and we're going to go from there, okay? So, Dr. Yoshi, you want to loosen up a little bit? Okay, come on over here. Thanks, Dr. Yoshi. I want to close this.
How are you, guys? So, we just relaxing. First of all, just put hand, just shaking. About 20 times all. And next time, so put the hand and over the head. Lean to left. Keep breathing up. Breathe out. Outside. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more breathing. Breathe out. And next thing is just arm. So let's back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's do the stop. Let's stretch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other side. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other side. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do the hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And also we have to stretch your knee and ankle. This is the.
Do you want me to put that?
Oh yes. Just bend the knee and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other side. Okay, roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just stretch your arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And also shake your wrist out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And those are yesterday Dr. Kwan said try to bend the hip, just relax. And first of all, a good posture, no? Shoulder back, tuck your chin, tightening up, tightening groove, and bend forward. When you bend forward, just stretch, please. Relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back side, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, breathing, and bend, and relax. At this time, try to relax neck, back, hip, hamstring, calf, everything. Then breathe out. You get the forward, you get the back, you get the side, this side, and back, and open. Okay. Right. Thank you very much.
Great, thanks, Yosh. Okay, let's see where we are. Okay. So I want to review some placement with you so you see some different stuff now. I told you that yesterday we would use a temporal support, and today I showed you how the head can be tilted down or up, and how C5, and because the cervical spine is like a can that you can bend and bend, it's three-dimensional, and you can access every pathway, okay? And I showed you today a little more specificity of C7 bend point, high and low bend point. And this right here is your mass has to go into this neck and create some energy and some change and some distance. And you have to follow that path, okay? And to do that, I take my thumb and I just poke around it first. And first of all, I just like to shake people a little bit and just get them to let go of their nervous system. Sometimes they're tight. Just give them a shake, on their shoulder. Just a little shake, just kind of let it go. Just shock the nervous system just a hair, just remind them, let it go. It helps to take your thumb and feel that path, all right, and see how far you got to go. Because if they're all the way down here and they're just laying here, by the time you get all the way down here, it's like 20 minutes later, and you're certainly not going to just fall right into that. So feel how somebody goes and feel the path and feel how supple it is and get your head kind of in the game. Check it out. Okay? It's kind of like batting practice. It's nice and easy. Get your head in the game. See what you feel. Okay? You're going to break through with your pisiform. You can use your thumb just like we do all the time and feeling stuff. Okay? So the patient should feel that path, and the patient should know what you want to do. Okay? And what you want to do is I want to take that a little bit further than where it is. Nice and easy. Okay? And I explained to them before when I was standing that they're just, compressing and falling down. And we just got to kind of just let it go. Okay? We just got to release it. Okay? So they understand that I need to be able to get myself to here. Whatever that is, if it's this, or that, I need to get to each one of those until it's at the complete bottom. Okay? Remember, this thing is three-dimensional. You're not just going to get one piece and the whole thing just falls apart. Maybe it will one day. Kind of like one shot to one specific area and the whole thing falls over and resets itself. Maybe that's possible. I don't know. Anything's possible, obviously. But we want to be able to get to those bottoms and bottoms until patient and you feel that lock release. So it's chip, 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 and you should visualize what I'm saying. Chip, 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 boom. Okay? And that's what happens. And at every bottom where you're leaning in, like where we ended yesterday, which is on the ball of your foot, and that pisiform, somewhere you feel that tension, whether it's on the side or the front. I like using the front of my pisiform probably more than anywhere, and also this motion for a mod 3 conversation, okay? And at some point, you're going to get to a place where the pisiform is kind of hooked. You feel tension, and you feel that it just doesn't want to go anymore, okay? And that's the space where your whole mass and your pisiform are kind of at max tension, with those two just doing their thing. You feel your mass against it. You're leaning in on it, okay, without forcing it. You're leaning in on it, okay, and it's nice and smooth. You feel yourself against, like you get yourself against the car, but also you feel your hands are in a good spot. They're not like this, and that's the kind of the visualization of the pisiform. The pisiform should be loose, and you should be pulling back. Remember, I just engaged. Remember that lift off. Grab and go. If you grab and go down, guess what happens? It's like you're driving yourself in the concrete. Why would you do that? Grab and go, grab and go, grab and go, grab and go. Reset, 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 reset. Released three-dimensionally. Okay? That's what happens. All right? So each one of those bottoms, you need something else to take it beyond. If you got your mass against it, and your pisiform is kind of stretched without force, you don't want to feel that force, that's where the swing of your arms come in. Boom, boom. It's like a little chip, 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 chip. That's all it is. That's what you're going to get at first. Okay, why would you go like this anyway? But gradually, as you chip away, and reset the person, you'll be able to take swings. Why? Because you're restoring that neural lock to some motion points. I tell patients, hey, I got it upright. I got some motion in it, but you're not as far as you should be. How can I make that conversation? Why? Because I touch people every single day. I know what it should feel like. And I got it. Some people have more flexibility, but there's a place where you feel that tension and the body says, sorry, not today. The orthodontist doesn't feel bad about that when he tells you your kids have 2 years to 3 years with braces, and each time he tightens them. And that doesn't mean that we can't go faster. And the reason we can go faster is why? Because the nervous system is actually doing the thing, man, once you let it go, right? Thank God. Teeth, they don't have that same option. You bend it this way, it's bent that way. It doesn't change on its own, okay? It doesn't have a nervous system response like posture does. Okay, we have innate intelligence is 100% in. All we got to do is help it out. Yeah. Okay, so you need a little swing. You need a little swing. You need a little swing. Swing. Boom, 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 boom. Swing, swing, reset, and all of a sudden you're dropping all the way down into it. And it's moving. And it's moving, it's moving. And guess what? You just go start playing the piano. Whatever tune I'm playing, I'm moving here, I'm moving there. I'm not thinking about it. But I know where I'm going to go check, and I'm going to check, and I'm going to check. And that's something I help you in with Mod 3. And that's what we're going to show Yoshi. I'm going to show him and say, no, there, Yoshi, there it is, there it is, there it is. Okay? Yeah. All right, that's the space, okay, where the magic happens for me. All right, so here's some stuff to write in. I think that we're done. Okay? So this is a commitment to yourself, not to me. This is something you want to remind yourself. So number one, what do you think the answer should be? I must have patience. I don't mean with a T, with a C. I got it? I need to have patience. I've been forced to understand that because I am not patient. Not patient. None of us are, but I'm really not patient. so I've been forced into that. Of course, that's what the universe has brought me because that's what I need. Okay. The blank system should blank know you are there. The nervous system should not know you are there. Anybody want to answer number 3? No one rushes you except
You.
yeah, well, me, you would say. Right? This is true. Really, I used to be killing myself, and I'm saying the patient doesn't even know. What are you doing, Freeman? They don't know that you're not on 100% today. Started breathing and relaxing. That space, what do you think that space brought me? Space to get in the game and hit again. Step off and reset and dive in and be back in the game. Not have to suffer for whatever I did, however long it was. And it wasn't short. It was like months off, week on. Yeah. Okay. What's number 4? You cannot blanket.
Force it.
Thank you. You have to lean in with love. I'm telling you, man. You have to take it beyond. There's a typo. Take it beyond where it is today. Or further than it is today. Where it is today. That's where I was using that, but it should be beyond. You know, that's where I was thinking then. So in the adjustment and getting connected to yourself and to the patient, it is small, short strokes to overcome the neuro lock. And finally, big, longer strokes to restore 3D motion. Just visualize that. You get adjusted, you're adjusting somebody, and just feel that in your own body if you would have that happen. Somebody would just lift you up and out of this and restore that whole sphere of motion where we should live out here. Imagine the blood supply, the oxygen, the nutrition, the exporting of whatever you're supposed to be getting rid of. The nervous system completely opened. Nothing bigger. Nothing. And if you get that and you really own that, then you can be a chiropractor. That's it. Because nothing else in chiropractic matters. Nothing. Okay? So we're going to go do a little of that, and we're going to go check it out. So we're going to do about 5 or 10 minutes of that, and then Yoshi's going to be touching me. I'll touch him. We'll check people. Just chit chat. Just just watch again. All right, the best that we can in this format, and make it light. And then I'm just going to go through. I have 4 patients afterwards with pictures, and I'd like to just review one of those at least. And we are out of Dodge, and just take you through a whole patient from a lot of the stuff that we learned. Because guess what? There's more on the other side of that. There's more information. There's always more. It's the best part of the whole thing. I can't wait to get deliveries. All right. So come on, walk with me, and we're gonna go take a peek. I don't think I need any more coffee, eh? Okay. Turn this off. Hey, don't up there. Let's go set it up. We're gonna go measure Dr. Yoshi.
Okay.
Just get a nice pad and let it relax, okay? So I check people with their shoes off. I actually got everything set up. And we just take a look at Yoshi just visually and see what we see. how awesome he is? Did you see his awesomeness? Okay, but besides his awesomeness and his unbelievable smile, does he look like he could use some QSM3 chiropractic care?
Right,
Off to the right.
right compression, left tension.
So let me ask you the question again, my friends. Do you think he could use some QSM3 chiropractic care?
Sure.
Brad. Okay. Okay, so look at his shirt line. Can you see how it's hanging down on the right? Hey, don't touch that, man. You see it? Well, you did see it. I hope you did. Did you see that? Where his hip? Okay. And then look at his buttons on his shirt. Look at his shoulder. Okay. Look at his hands. I don't know if you can see. One hand is beyond the other. You can see the posteriority of the right hand. Go, just stand forward. You can see down below. Oh, is that the way that works? That's like a freaking professional. This is awesome. Okay. Yeah, you see how the triangle in his legs is the apex of it, right? His crotch there is more over to the right. Pelvis leans off to the right. The right hand is lower. It's also posterior. And then you follow up here, and it looks like his shoulder is low on the left, and his neck goes, if you look at his neck, what do you see there in the neck, guys?
I see left neck.
Right. Goes right, yeah? And then the head, and you can see the rotation. I'm right in front of him, and you can't even see that other ear. I'm right on vertical. Yeah, because his head's rotated. Okay. So Yoshi needs a little bit of work. I'm going to give you some numbers. He's right 21. He's anterior 3 on the right side in the pelvis. And he is posterior 7 in the shoulder. Okay? So anterior 3, posterior 7. So I'm going to write that down. What did I say?
I got it.
You got it? Thank you. Okay. Very good. So I see he has a right, got a right pelvis, got a right spine, he's got a left shoulder, he's got a right neck, and he's got a left head tilt. So RR, R21, P7, A3, LRL.
Hey, Russell,
Yeah.
with the buttons of his shirt going off to the left, that's not a left spine?
No, because he has rotation in there. It makes it look like that. Yeah, he's definitely right.
Okay.
Okay. He's definitely right. Okay, at least for now. How's that? Okay.
Can you please state the whole listing again?
I'll be happy to. Okay. So RR21, P7A3, LRL. So what is if you just look at this, Yoshi is falling off to the right. The muscles on this side are having trouble down here posturally. That's his postural position. So this guy, if he's sore on this side or sore on that side, changes the game. This is his short side over here. Okay, this is his side that's in tension, trying to hold him up with right 21 out here. All right, his legs, his pelvis, and his spine are the right, and the shoulder is pulling back. It's doing what it's doing, but it's not doing its job. So these guys are getting tired. Okay, and he's counter rotating, and then he's had some junk in the trunk up top. Okay, he's got a left, right, left. So he should be a right, 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 left, left, left pattern. And he's a right, right, right with a left, right, left. So he's a left, right, left. So he's got problems through here. He's got a left low with a right neck, left low with a right neck, and a left head tilt. Zing, zing, zing. So there's tension compression syndromes just in that. I can't do it in my head that fast. But I can tell you there's a tension and compression that is zigzag and making a Z here. Okay, because there's two bend points in two bend points. He only has two bend points that he can really bend from here, up here and here, and they're both bending in opposite directions. No bueno. Super no bueno that it's here. Okay? So he's got a bunch of stuff that's going on. His weight's 21 on the right, so I'm going to start on the left. And I start thinking, okay, what do I got to release on the left? So I got to release his head and I got to release his shoulder. Okay, I want to bring him all the way up. Okay, the neck on that side is not coplanar, so I'm going to have him left side up, and I'm going to use the C7 bend point. Okay, and is that good? Because at C7, I'm really bending over, okay, the opposite side, right? Pulling it over as I drop in, and I'm bringing that right 21 with me. I'm helping all that right stuff at the same time. So as I go in at C7, I'm bringing up that shoulder, and I'm taking care of the neck, but at the same time, I am pulling a whole bunch of all those rights all the way around, and the neck is happy. And that's the beauty of that C7 bend point. Okay? So, I used to have trouble taking care of low back people. I was so good, man, people with migraines and TN and all kinds of stuff up here because I wasn't getting that direct postural connection that I found down at C7. It's just my experience. Okay? It is my experience. So we're going to go left side up, and we'll start there. And on the left side, we're going to go look at the bend point. We'll talk about a little bit about the I to S and S to I. Warm up a little bit. We're going to review that a little bit. And then we're going to let Yoshi just jump on and see what he can do. And you can hear me maybe mention some stuff that will resonate for you. We'll go back and look at a class, one patient. Okay, Yoshi, let's go left side up. See how fast we can get in gear. See how fast Freeman could get in gear. It's a cold start. Got to heat up the putt. Get this. You got to heat up the guy. Okay. It's a nice neutral position. His neck is which side? It's right, was it? His neck is right. I got left side up. C7 bend point. So look at, if I come in this direction, he doesn't have a lot of motion here. Do you see that? Nobody does. Where's the motion? It's here. See that? That's motion. See that motion? Look at that motion. That right there, me showing you that, is price of admission. Boom. Boom. Look, I just drive right through. This goes against the motion. This goes against the motion. How's that feel when I do that? He doesn't like that. So you know the motion. Okay, when you're here, what's the motion? It's here. Here. See the motion? There's the motion. Here, it's here. Okay? Here, it's here. And do you see how far? This is bottom right here for him. This is bottom here. Watch how it springs up. Okay. Got that? What made it spring up? The neuro lock that wants to keep it in that pattern. When I get him up, he's in the same pattern. Because he's locked up. And when you take gravity out of the equation, that's why it's great to adjust people's side posture. It's awesome. Okay. So let's just get warmed up. Yoshi, lift your arm. Yeah, drop your arm down. I just get a shirt out of the way. See my little wiggle? There's my little jiggle. Take it easy. I just want to see how the thing moves. Look at it move. See how it moves. Up, down, back, forth. Little jiggle. Let them know you're there. Let them know you're coming. Say hi. Okay? I come down. I'm pushing back. Coming up on my feet. Finding out where my arms are. I got to come back. I was a little too far down. Coming up here. Okay, so I'm just going to go, and then I'm just going to push down with my lordosis. You notice how my head is turned away? I don't know if you can see that. Why is my head turned away? Anybody?
You're feeling it rather than looking at it, thinking it.
Okay, let's come around the other side. Take a look. Let it go, Yosh. Get myself set. Mass first. Mass first. Just watch my body, how I roll. You see that? My whole body's moving together. I'm hooked on. I can feel it. I'm hooked on. Okay, I want to get a little better hook. I moved in. Okay, I just dropped my shoulders. I just orchid for a second. I have to reset myself. Okay. Here we go. I'm just gonna grab it, little with the wrist extension, and then lean on it. Lean. Nothing. I'm not doing anything here. All I'm doing, Yoshi could feel. And watch, I just moved. I'm gonna go up the TPs. Okay, now I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna frickin' knock some resistance out of there. Backs. Backs. Go. There we go. There we go. You could hear it move. Rolling the piezoform. Boom. Down. You see how I chipped it first? Just rolling. This is what I do at first. I don't even do anything. My hands aren't doing anything. Okay, I'm just tip of the piezoform and my mass together. That's the first deal. And then all of a sudden, little chip. A little chip. Chip. I'm pushing from here. Here. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. Drop on it. There it goes. 3 of them. 3 of them. Chip. I'm not doing anything. God. Yeah, look at that. Okay, and then I can get into here and down through here on the backside of the lateral line and hold the weight up. Now look at this. Watch his head here. See how his head comes up. Head comes up. Okay, his shoulder comes to me. Watch it. This is Tensegral biomechanics. Shoulders coming to me, and the head is coming to me. That's it, guys. And C7 bend point, C0 bend point saves the neck. Look at the drop through here. Look at it. That's bottom, and that's through the bottom. Lift your arm. Good. Stretch your top leg for me and let it go. Now I'm going to just pin him in here. I want to show you how I create vulnerability. Watch this. I'm going to take his bottom shoulder, which is, you can only see so much. It's kind of leaning. He's the bottom shoulder is closer to his ear. So I'm going to push it down a little bit, and I'm going to increase the span. And you see what happened? Watch this. That just dropped about another ½ inch. Okay, because what I did is I created that word, like I said, vulnerability. And all I did is when that shoulder, the bottom shoulder is tucked up too close like this. It's like this. Tucked up like this. You're laying and they're like this. You lose the span. So when you pull that down, all of a sudden this gives. You don't have to start that way. You know, start them in neutral. All right, and then you can pull that down. And then Yoshi's ready because I'm going to take Yoshi. Now watch this motion with my shoulder here. Because I'm seeing the motion. That's the end point. So I can go down or I can go across. Which one do you think he'll like better? Across. Okay, now watch how it springs out. Okay, so I say, Yoshi, could you hold that there without locking it? Or I can drop the arm off and create a little bit of an anchor for me, and there you go. Now he's relaxed, and I didn't have to recruit him. And I'm going to go right into this line, Yoshi, right through there. Okay, and that's going to pull this line and pull that line. And I'm going to get the right side stuff, which is that weight from a C7 bend point down and in. I can't connect it yet. Hold on. See how I'm moving my body? I'm going to come up to C0 and go S to I right here and bring it all around using his head weight. Boom. Right through the back of C1. Boom. Oh, that's perfect. I can feel the TP just opened up and it just released. Okay, and I'm not hurting him. I'm just taking him to a point. And you could go all the way down the bottom. Okay, reset Yoshi. Breathe Russell, breathe Yoshi. To a bottom point. No, there's no pressure. I'm just to an end point, and then it's just beyond that, and it just moved. Just down to the bottom, and a little pull, not down, but across. It's lift and pull, lift off, lift off. They don't even feel it. They just feel the tension. There it goes. I just cleared the front of the atlas. Oh yeah. His C0, C1 just opened up completely. and then I just go play around it, okay? So that's what I did on this side, protecting the neck with my bend point, C7, C0, and coming S to I and I to S, and then I would flip them over. Let's flip it over. Good. So the bend point on this side is the neck is coplanar, so it's C0. So the only thing in this game is the head was left. So if the head is tipping down and C0 is my bend point, watch what I'm going to do. Remember I used the word inversion, where I invert? So I'm going to bring the headpiece up a little bit, and I'm going to invert. I have really him at C0, move down just a hair, Yoshi. Shoulder, good, nice and easy. Create that vulnerability with this shoulder, easy, easy, relax. And watch what happens. It just sagged on its own. It just sagged right here on its own. And then I could position this through here. Now look at that motion right there. Right there. And I could come through here, right through there. Look at that point right there. Boom. Bringing everything around, maximum distance. Why not? I know the range of motion. I'm not going to go in like that and hit him in the throat. There's no motion there. I'm going to set myself, and I'm going to roll right off the skull, right through that point. Look at his head come up. Look at his shoulder come to me. Relax. Relax. There we go. I'm going to bring my leg around. Watch how I lean in. I'm going to get him all the way to tension. I'm going to watch me go all the way down into this. Easy. Let it go, Yosh. Come on, let it go. It's okay. Just let it go. Just let it go. Friend. There you go. So you know what? Let it go. Let it go. Oh, here it is. There it is, Yosh. You feel it move there? Hold on. So I just moved down to C7. Why C7? Because that's the direct postural connection for how many pounds did he have off? 21? I got to get to C7. I just uncovered it and lean in. There it goes. Let it go. Let it go. Nice and easy. Just let it go. There you go. Oh, C7, just let go. P to A. There he goes. He's done. We win. You win. I'm just checking the other side now. I'm going to toss the top. Just bring the head up, just clearing it, just making sure his whole brainstem is clear. Since I just cleared the postural muscles, I'm going to check C2. I'm going to go in and release the sagittal plane. See, once the human body can be released this way, you can expand them that way. The body doesn't do this until it's here, because it has to be able to relax to do this to get the curves back. Okay? The curves are the final product, not straight. Relax. Watch me swing into this like this. Through and relax, Yosh, relax. You and me together, pal. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Those are long strokes.
Yeah, they're much longer. I'm stroking all the way down to C5 from C0. Now I'm going to come backwards, and then I'm going to just check them so you guys don't get bored. All right, it's close enough. All right, let's go look, see if we get any better. Let me go turn the light on. Okay, so just right off the bat, he's left 17. So from right 21 to left 17. His shoulder twist is, he is anterior 2 in the shoulder. And in his pelvis, he is, oh, he's not where he needs to be yet. I got him a left 20 with an A2 over a P2. Do you see him off vertical?
You could even
Off to the left side?
you could even tell with the rod between his legs what a big difference that is.
see the whole thing's outward. Yeah. I felt that the whole thing, pretty much collapsed. I couldn't get all the curve in, but that's just a rough idea of what I do. And it's a slow process. It's a cool process. It's the coolest thing. You check in. You don't rush yourself. You get acquainted. You say hello, and you just work yourself through. Never going deep, taking it to tension, and just clip, chip. And before you know it, you've got some motion, and I got a little sweat going, but it invigorates me. It invigorates me to turn somebody's nervous system on, man. It turns my nervous system on. It's fantastic. It's what we're supposed to do. All right. So questions.
Hey, Russell?
Yeah.
Now, he was a right, left, right on the top, head, neck, shoulders. Do you focus and really focus how much that changes for him?
Not at this point. Andy, I look at the 8 keys. They should have all 3-dimensional motion. There's no I to S and S to I and A to P. Once you start feeling tension, you just start moving those, and you just feel the whole thing go, and there's nothing left. Okay. That's it. And if I could do what I just did on Yoshi, okay, on everybody, that would be a cool thing, I guess. But that doesn't happen. But it happens a lot. Like 80, 99% is good, And sometimes it's a lot of work because you're not in the best space. But I can do that on a lot of people, but I cannot have a good time with all the time. That's really the truth. But sometimes I actually have to work. It feels like work. That stinks. All right, let's walk back to the office. It actually worked out pretty good. I like not having you guys here. I can actually focus. Okay. All right. So how'd that go? Were you able to see? Okay.
That was great.
Huh?
My thoughts in comparison to being at the seminar, everyone's just crowded around you. So if you're in the back, it's hard to see. With this format, you can actually see everything. It was really nice.
Okay, good. All right, fantastic. All right, so let me just turn this on. Okay, I'm going to give everybody, how much time we got? 5 minutes?
Dr. Russell, I have
5
a
to
question.
4.
Oh, 4:30. We got a half an hour. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, if you want to get up and get a drink of water, I just got to turn my projector back on. Go get a drink. Take 2, 3, 4 minutes, and just run on back to me. Okay. Oh, you got to do your thing. You're supposed to touch me. Wait. We're going to do one of those and go do that. Okay, cool. Do we remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Great. I get excited, man. Now you're laughing. Matt, I'm like the dope of the dopes. You have no idea. That's why I can identify with a dope so easily.
Sorry, you're getting in the zone.
Freaking it wasn't. Yoshi, feel better? Yoshi went for like left 20 something, man. Were they able to see me lead into it? Did they see me lead into that?
Yeah, I think we got a pretty good shot.
Good. Excellent, good. Because I can't see the camera.
I have a question for Dr. Kim, if that's all right.
Stephen, did you say me?
Hi, Dr. White.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. So I'm guessing you probably have a little more experience recently with my question here, so I'm asking you. So with pediatrics and little kids, when I'm doing setups, since students can't adjust, I'm doing setups on my 2-year-old and when they were younger even, it seems like my using my hand with the piezoform, it's too bulky in comparison to the small necks. So I've been using my fingertips to do those motions, the adjustments of the piezoform.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Or do I need to perfect my technique more? Like, what do you do? What do you recommend?
I usually will start with my piezoform, and then if I, like with I have a 3-month-old, and so with him, I can sometimes like can get my piezoform in there, but I will often go to my fingertips as well. So it just depends on what feel like I'm able to feel with my piezoform versus with my fingertips, if that makes sense.
Here goes, Anna.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've been doing too. Just wanted to make sure I was on the right
Yeah.
track with how I was thinking it through. So thank you.
Yeah, that's what I do, but there's not a like official QSM stance on that probably.
Okay.
Thank you.
How we doing? If I say everybody's back and you don't answer, how would I know? Okay, so here's a patient. Here's a real patient. Came to my office about a month and a half ago. And she lives out of town. She's had a lot of trouble. And I want you to just spend a few minutes looking at, I put up there the postural listing. I put up the chief complaint that she had. You have an x-ray sitting in front of you. Gives you a nice view. You don't have to imagine what is going on. But if you look at the x-ray and you look at the postural listing, the postural listing gives you something much more from the posture IQ than x-ray ever can, besides the numbers. Okay, it gives you that left weight. See that? You can't see that on that x-ray, but you could see that in person. How would you see that in person? What would indicate that?
Legs may be moving toward the
Yes,
other
not
side.
may. Yes, the legs. Don't be. Yes, emphatic. Yeah, legs would be doing this. Legs are doing this. Here's the left weight. There's the right pelvis. Here's the right spine. Here's the right shoulder. Okay. So spend a couple minutes and look at the X-ray. Look at the musculature. Look at the tilts. Okay. Look at the way that the body's trying to compensate. Look where the wedge is. Look where the dysfunction is. Fill that out. If you can do that, okay, and like the muscle tension and the discompression, look at where the pain is and just check the box of what you think it is. That's all it is. It's simple. You can make a note if you want, but just check the box of why she's having that there. Is it tension or compression? All right, you got 5 minutes. Do this, you do anything. Shazam. Okay. Yes.
It says, you said micro disc. That means she has some small disc herniations? Is that what that means?
Yeah, she had a microdiscectomy.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, C5, C6, L5, S1. Just try to give you a little history. Nothing major, Okay, we're just going to talk here. Okay, so is this a normal pattern?
No.
No. Okay. Why not?
You got wedges on both sides.
Well, just what's deviated that keeps it from not normal pattern?
Shoulder.
Shoulder, neck.
Yeah. So this right here, you should have two rights here. Yeah. Is that fair enough? Okay. Guys, feel free to engage at this point. I love it. Okay, it's important. Oh, you can't be wrong. I'm always wrong. That's how I learn to get better. Because something doesn't work. It's easy. It's freeing. Just let that go. You can't have 100%. I tried. It about killed me. Okay? and enjoy this thing, man. So you see there's a problem here. Okay, this is not a normal pattern, and it resembles more of a pattern 2, which is what I told you. It comes in. I see this pattern more than any other pattern of anybody. This pattern right here, where this up to here. Okay, there's some stuff going on. There's this pattern, and what does that mean? And then there is a counter rotation there, just to point out, which is no bueno. All right. So what I'm going to tell you is this thing called dysfunction, it no longer exists. Okay, so that was for module 1, but right now you're taking a step because we're not going to talk about the dysfunction because there's bigger issues that are more important to focus on. Okay, and that is the wedges. All right, and that is the wedges. All right. So the dysfunction just shows you that something's not integrated, but the wedge shows you where that person has had either more trauma, okay? Like this person is doing this, okay? And then something happens that the neck and head turn back to the left. Well, why is it doing that? Okay, and it's either more trauma or it just gets weak over time or both. It's not one or the other, and that's not something you need to know. You just need to recognize that that is an additional issue, and the issue is what is going on. Okay, so I'm going to stand over here. I think you can you see that better? Does that just make a bad shadow? I'm going to do it this one. Close that. Close that screen. Okay, great. Okay, so I just wrote the listing up here. Hopefully you can see it well enough. You have it in front of you if you need it. I just want to turn the screen off so you can actually see what's going on here, and I can represent this to you. Okay, and what this is this person has left weight, and this would be an original pattern, a normal pattern 2, and the legs get shot, boom, and then everything from the pelvis all the way up brings it back to center, 0 to 3 pounds. Here it is. Okay, well, something's happened here, right? And it doesn't have to be that there's a direct shot to this. Is imagine either the legs went out further. What happens if the legs went out further? My shoulder would drop down more, and what would my neck and head have to do? Start turning back. So my legs could either have weakened, or my legs could have been traumatized more. Possibility. The other possibility is that there was a trauma from this side or weakness from this side, and this shoulder begins to fall. Why does this begin to fall? Because this side on the right is tired. And why does this one begin to fall more this way? Because these muscles on this side are more tired on that side.
Hey Russell, are you doing that on the opposite side on purpose? Or am I missing?
I'm doing it on the opposite side. Oh, yeah, sorry. Whoop.
Thank you.
How about that?
Much better.
About that. All right, let's redo that just for the heck of it. So this person should be like this, and it's either had the legs have gone further out this way to the left, which means I have a right weakness in these TFLs and the glutes, and they no longer could hold, or there was more trauma in here, all right? Or this left shoulder has had some more impact, or the left shoulder and the left ribs and the QL here can no longer hold it up, and it goes, and then the head and neck have to turn back. So I cannot tell you, and this is where I'm leaving you pretty much, is okay. This is because this is the mod 3, and what's next is there's more than one thing going on here, and this is the most common pattern, and you have to be able to find out, is it the legs, okay, or is it the pelvis upward that's failing? And I call that the primary weakness. And that's what we do when we adjust somebody, is we want to find that primary weakness and we want to support that last. So that's where an algorithm can start changing, because if I find that one side needs more than the other, maybe I wouldn't do a second side. I just want to support that one side for today. Okay, and I want to see how that person responds. All right, this is the beauty of this. It's not more complicated. It's actually the beauty. It's freeing. Okay, so that's what these numbers start representing. Is at an easy level. We started yesterday for lots of you a conversation about having a global conversation about the body in a Tensegral format, starting to look at behaviors, and starting to look at how things are patterns and not patterns, and where there's stress point is compression and tension, so you can relate symptoms and severity. And then understanding in a balloon system how when you push into it, everything comes to it, and watching somebody as I leaned in, and putting my heart in nice and easy, working with the body, with every single thing that you have, is three-dimensionally overcome this neurolock. If we don't do that and we just chip at it, we're limiting our, we're limiting what's available. Limiting what's available. Okay? Yoshi sat down after this and he was literally, I looked over like this. Because I dropped through it. And it wasn't painful, it was easy. Smooth and simple. Taking it to the end, nice and easy. Boom, 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 boom. Freedom. What do we call that? We call that open. So this piece here, where's the wedge? This is no longer a one wedge system, it's a two wedge system. There's two wedges going on, right? There's a wedge between the legs and the pelvis, and there is a wedge between the shoulder and the neck. Pelvis and legs, weight and pelvis are opposite, and then there is a wedge between the shoulder and the neck. It's a two wedge system. So if she's having trouble up into the severe left trap and she's over here like this, is this short? Is this tension or compression? It's compression. It's compression. Her neck is bending left and her head is bending left. That's short. And the left shoulder is what? It's high. So you got a high left shoulder with two things above it. So you got the foundation coming up, and you've got the building and the whole roof falling down too on top of it. Double short. Okay? Right there. Can't handle it. Okay? Look at that muscle on that left side as it's pulling the head over all day long. Like a monster. Trying to pull that head over. You see it, right? See this? Look at this thing. Look at, compared to that, it doesn't even exist. So now we start looking at how to release it. Okay? And we're going to release this guy. How are we going to do that? We're going to go right side first, left side second. There's counter rotation. So you're going to adjust when you get to the place where you're going to adjust. Is at some point you're going to learn, okay, how to adjust three-dimensionally. Do it anyway. Okay? Not just because it's an A and P. Body's not AP. It's all A's and all P's and all ups and all downs. Okay, and all forwards and all backwards. If you got a forward, you got a backward. Otherwise, otherwise you're on the floor. Got it? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Okay. And then you have a specific bend point. Okay. When you got right side up, you got a left neck. So you got a low bend point. You check that rotation and you allow and you follow and bottom and bottom and bottom. And it's small. You get to bottom, you don't go kaboom. You get to bottom. It's like, what is a stretch? I tell my patients, I see them, okay, I want you to just, stretch your arms. They go like this. That's not a stretch. That's just jacking the nervous system. You didn't even get to an end point. A stretch is total relaxation. Breathing and relaxing. That's it, just totally just laying on it. And then that breath. That breath right there is the one that we give. okay? And you have to get them there. And you don't do it with force, and you can't start with force, okay? And these bend points and these lines of drives, inferior up to the bend point, superior down, is at a module 1, 2, 3 level is phenomenal for you. I do it all day long. Okay? That's what I do. Okay, and on the left side, all right, I'm coplanar, so I got a high bend point, and I go I to S all the way up to C0, and I feel those TPs, anterior and posterior, and I bend that head down. You saw me do it. Boop, boop, boop. Not kazam. To the end, bam. To the end, pop. To the end, pop. Easy, easy. No different than I would just lean up against this and just move it. Push, push, lean, move, lean, move. Okay, follow, not lead. Friend, not foe. Their way, not your way. Just the law. Okay? It's his game. Okay, I'm just telling you, I know some of the rules. I learned a few. All right. So these are here for you to look at and to look at this at the end and go, man, I'm going to practice this and do these things and start looking at people and see what you find out. And when you do that with your patients, I think you'll be happier. Okay, it has done that greatly for me. We're going to go in and we're going to let Yoshi work on me so that I can just give you a little bit of that. But from here, I am here to help you at any level I can. I'll do whatever I can do to help you to some point. But to allow that to happen and to open that door fully, you need to meet me halfway. Okay, you got to meet me halfway. All right. You don't even need to meet me halfway. You can meet me 10% of the way. I'll take the 90. Okay. Just take a step forward, saying, "Hey, this is something that I'd like to do, and I'm happy to help you. I'd love to. That's what I do. Okay, it's what I was made to do on this planet." All right, and I say that with absolute gratitude. Okay, so I appreciate every one of you being here. We're gonna walk in. We're gonna hear Yoshi do his thing, and I get excited. So I told everybody that Yoshi, I was gonna yell at you in front of everyone, which I'm not gonna do, but we're gonna step this way. Matt's gonna take controls. And Yoshi, ready? Yoshi's gonna do his thing. Come on in. So let's do this. Instead of just you just set up and just let so they can just kind of go through that motion. Okay? It doesn't matter about the so which you want right away. What's your better the feeling of what you prefer? Okay, so I'm a left weight guy, so we're not going to measure. We're going to just lay down because I want Yoshi. This is about not the biomechanics and all that kind of stuff. It's about maybe you hearing something or watching something in Yoshi that I may be able to say to you that can help you on Monday. So Andrea or posterior? Posterior. Right posterior. Up.
So neck is going to right side.
That goes right.
Neck go to right. So I'm starting from C1, starting C0, C1 button, starting from C7 to C0.
So bend point C0, and he's going to go I to S starting at C7 and work his way up. Yoshi warmed up? Okay, so now I'm going to help Yoshi. All right, so Yoshi, step away from me and just take your thumb. And you felt what you felt there, and there was one spot in particular you felt that tension line right there. There you go. Yeah, he feels that. I felt it. Okay, so I'm going to ask Yoshi. This is his issue. What he's doing. Do you see how far he's going and he's going and he's going? He hasn't even got me to tension yet. Because why? Because he warmed up, and that's okay. You don't have to take somebody right to tension. But that's why I said to you, you warmed up, which means he should have been taking his thumb and taking me to tension. Because he's ready to go. He checked it out. He felt the terrain. He got his piezoform and his mass connected. And now he's ready to take me to a bottom point and beyond that. And he didn't do that. Okay. The other thing is my head is a little bit low and I'm hanging down, which creates more tension on this side. And you're going to lock it up and you're not really getting neutral. Okay. So I'm going to ask that you lift the headpiece a little bit for me. Okay, good. It's a little high. Good, right there. Okay. Perfect. Now take your thumb and go feel that point and go feel the angle that it wants to move. Now shake me. Give me a wiggle. Give me a wiggle. Just, yeah, okay. Just, okay, watch. I want you to connect with me. This is the motion. Watch, feel it. It's not just a shake. It's go and feel it. There you go. Now, do you feel that difference? You feel you moving everything together? You're not just shaking it up. Okay, now give it a little. Find that place. Now, you see that point right there? Right there. Right there. That's where you want to start me. Why not? Okay, because you're connected. So now go feel that tension line with your thumb. You take your hand off me here. Okay. Stay right there. Easy. I'm just relaxed there. Find that tension line and push in with your thumb and feel how you're supposed to grab it and feel the line of it so that you're perpendicular to it. Because the line runs like this, actually, and Yoshi wants to come in and grab it and hook through it this way. That's what he needs to do. You feel it. Go push it. Push it. Follow it. There you go, right there. Feel that motion that makes that happen. There. And it's doing this. This. There's the motion right there. And when I'm at that end point and I'm relaxed, he's just got to take me beyond that. It's just so simple. Yeah, you got to get there, though. Okay, now go do your thing. All right? Take me to the end, Yoshi. Take me to the end. See, there's my end. See, Yoshi is too far away from it. So he's by the time he gets to the end, he's here. He's got no power. So Yoshi, set up right here against me, like you haven't even started against the car. There you go, right there, and get on that thing right there with everything you got, without me feeling it. There you go. Lean into that. Lean into that. Lean in, baby, with love. Lean in. You got enough hook. Good. Now you got me to tension. I can feel that all the way in my low back. Him pulling that line. And just lean into that. But you just got a bad piezoform connection right now. Okay, he's using the whole side of his hand.
Russell?
Yes.
He's using his left hand on the right side.
Use whatever he wants.
Okay.
Use his foot. If he could just freaking get the tension, take me to the end, follow the path, and go through it. I don't care. Come on, nice and easy. Just follow it through, buddy. Follow it. Follow it. Follow it. Watch me. Follow it. Right there is where you got it. Easy, easy, just nice. You don't have to force it from there. It's already there. All you got to do is just go beyond it. Grab it. Oh, get that. You're not getting that little hook. There you go. There you go. That's better. There you go. Now just lean into it. Give it a little arm pull. There you go. Now do that on your own a couple times, and you heard it move, didn't you? Did you hear that move? Yes. Yes, you did. Grab, easy, easy. Take it to the end, Yosh. Take it to the end. You're losing it. You're losing it. You're losing it. He lost it. He didn't do this. He did this and lost it. He didn't hook through it. Okay? It rolled under him. Come on, Yosh. Take it. Right there. Feel that? Now get your body, move your body up against that. There you go, buddy. And just lean on that. Lean on it. I want to see my eyeballs pop out. Make it good. I don't even feel that, Yosh. I don't even feel you. I don't even feel you. Show me what you got. I don't even feel you. Good. There you go. There you go. Stay with it. There you go, buddy. Feel that? Yes. There you go. That's my man. Okay. get against it, take it to the end. Easy, easy. Be nice. Be nice to Russell. There you go, pal. He's not getting good align on his piezoform. Yeah, say there you go. That's better, Yosh. But you did it so late, okay? Lean up against that point right there. There you go. Just give that a little torque, put the arms at the end, a little swing, and through. Okay. So that's a little love, hopefully. All right. Any questions? Any questions?
Hey, Russell,
Yes.
how much do we get involved with straightening the legs as we're doing the adjustment of the patient's legs?
Okay, so one of the things that that we get to do is we stretch out the legs, and we take people from a small position to a big position to a three-dimensional position, and we use the legs on the other end to stretch. And we keep the legs bent to start because, again, you want to go into a nice, easy system. You don't want to make it all jammed up for yourself. So one of the things is as we go through and you get tension, once I get a really good connection, and when I was going to move the leg, but I wasn't going to get involved with that. But when I was really dropping through and I said, hold on, I could have stretched the leg out and I wouldn't have had to gone in so far because it would have tightened it for me. Great question, Andy. Anything else?
Thank you.
Okay, I hope you had a good time. I really appreciate you coming.
Russ?
It's been great for me. Yes.
Hey, maybe you did go over this, but are you flexing the neck anymore for the anteriors at all?
So what I said, Armin, is that you want to find the range of motion that works for the human. So let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to show you. I had this epiphany. Can we shine that down? Yoshi, get on the tip. Right side up. Easy. Okay. So watch this. So I want to first and foremost take it to the end limit before I even consider rotation. Fair enough? I want to take it to its end. I don't think about rotation. I don't think about anything. So I feel the natural. So going downward a little bit, and then through. And I'm coming down and through. Here's post. And so Armin, let's just keep Dr. Yoshi there for just a moment, okay? So at this point right here, when he's at tension, and let's say here's C6 TP right here, okay? Fair enough? Yoshi feels me against it. I can go P to A on it, and I can still come in here, and this is Brad's forte. I could come in with this side of my piezoform or that side of my piezoform. I could come P to A, and I could come into that line, and then I can bend it that way. Go all the way down through and get in front of it on this side. Here's the TP. I could come down here, take it all the way down, and then push down this way. Push down that way. And I bend it anterior to posterior. Or I could come in, and bend it that way. Here's the TP. I come in through its range of motion, bend it this way, bend it up, bend it that way. It's like a joystick. And you get your piezoform on where you want. And the bottom line is just take it to the end. You don't have to, it's not some big motion that you have to take it. Because if it's at end, all you have to do is go boop to overcome it. It's not even a half a millimeter. Okay? So here's the TP, and here's Yoshi like that. And I take it through, and I could come in front, and I could just bend it when it's all the way down its end range of motion. Or I could come through it, I could come up, I could come down, and that's what I do. I just free that sucker.
Thank you.
Okay? But you got to take it instead of this kind of stuff. And I do that because when you bend the head this way and you tip it down, you can get some motion this way, right? So if I want to do some anterior work, I can do that, and I could take the neck out of the game. When I do this, you see how I create so much tension in the anterior? I don't want to do that. So if I want to work somebody's neck, okay, and I want to work the posterior part of it, I can bring it up in extension, okay, and I can go through it. And I can go through it anterior, posterior, inferior, and superior. I do that 80%. But I also like to check some of this motion, and that is I'm not working as much of the postural muscles, but I'm checking down through here because I can go right through into the hyoid because the hyoid is big, man. It's a big thing. It connects to everything up there. It's that secondary attachment. Okay, it floats free so we can have free range of motion. It's a cool bone, man. Free floating bones are secondary bones for stability, yet they're free to move. But we lose that symmetry in that bone and we get a lot of problems up in the brainstem and the jaw and the neck and head. Okay, so you can come through here and relax this. If I do this, I'm not relaxed here and I tighten it up. You got me, Armin?
Thank you so much.
Okay, so this tipping the chin down allows me to anterior relax. Tipping the chin up and coming through allows me to go to a further range of motion, and then I can play A to PP to AS to I. Okay, come on up. All right, great question. Beautiful question. What else?
Hey, Russell,
Yes?
I didn't see you doing much with the tilting the head down and tilting the head up to kind of change the.
Yeah, well, because I preset the person when I bent them, Andy. Boom, I keep them in neutral. I like going, and I like big swings. So I like taking the swing. I only use the head, bend it, and this kind of stuff. If Russell Friedman can't get against it with his mass, I have to start using the head more as a lever. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, I only disrupt it if I can't get it, right? I just keep taking it to a further. Once it gives, it gives. I don't have to have predisposed. I got to use the head of this, but these are tools that you get to understand what you can do. But you did see me bend it at C0 when I bent it in, right? I said it. So I didn't raise and lower the headpiece, but I did tilt it so I created tension on the underside.
Nice shirt. Fix your collar.
What's that?
Nice shirt. Fix your collar.
Thanks, Armin. All right. I got to look good for California. All right. Peace and love. Spread the word. Do some good work. Join the forum. Join the group. Engage. Participate. Okay? Peace and love.
Real quick, students that don't have access to like X-ray and weight differential, what can we do to create a postural listing?
Do the best you can. That's what I do. Seriously. You start somewhere. You know what? It's not an emergency. You know what it is today is a great day that you actually see something different, that you actually can do something. Go buy a set of scales, look at somebody. All right, that's it. I mean, you can get some scales. It's simple. Go Bed Bath and Beyond and go. What I did when I started is I'd stand on the scales because they're not calibrated to stand, and I would take out like 20 scales and put them all back. And I got 2 scales, and I just stood on them. And then what you do is you start seeing some rights and lefts. You can look at low, you can palpate, you can feel the hips, you can see the shoulders, you can look at a butt, you can look at a shoulder, and before you know it, Jacob, you got a postural listing, and you start saying where people are having trouble, and you become a man.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
All right, thank you.
You got it, brother. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Russell.
Thanks, Russell. Thanks, Russell.
Thanks, Rick.